Hello and welcome to another Mapbox tutorial. Within this video I'll be demonstrating the 3D buildings function and applying data-driven styling within the map. Okay, so getting started, we're going to select a new style and monochrome. So you can see the default sets to sky as a variation. You have all of these other colors that you can choose. For this tutorial I'm going to choose light and customize the style. And here's Melbourne. Now if we zoom into the CBD here, we can turn on 3D buildings by heading over to the buildings function on the toolbar, and then we'll go across to 3D buildings. It may take a little second to load. And now if we zoom in closer, we can see that we have the 3D buildings of various different building typologies within our map. I actually found with the building typologies that they have within Mapbox to be a little bit more diverse than what you can find within MapRoom, the plugin for 3ds Max. And if you use the right button on your mouse and click and rotate the viewport, you can see you can oscillate around the 3D map. Now that we've added the 3D buildings in, we want to add data-driven stylizing within the map. So if we select a building and left click, we can see it comes up with this little prompt. These are the components that are currently within our map, and if we go across to layers, we can see building extrusion. Now this is what we want to go into to show all of the different building heights and sort of coordinate them via colour. I think the most effective way as well is if we add in some key colours and then have a gradient between them, so then we can see the transition from different building heights. Okay, once you're in building extrusion, now we can see that there's locks on everything here, so whenever we go into a different subcategory you actually have to override, but we're going to do the colour first. So the default colour, as we can see, is grey, and that's purely based on what colour variation we chose our monochromatic map to be, the underneath. So we're going to override this, and if we choose a colour, you can see that it's actually going to change all of the 3D buildings within the map at the moment, and that's because we haven't actually specified the building height which we want to relate this colour to. Okay, so we're going to add building heights with colours. So to do this, we're in colour. I've just chosen a base colour here, one that would look great for a gradient through to other colours, so maybe purple to pink. Next I'll select style across data range, and this is where we add the numeric data for our building height and which colour we want that to correlate with. So the first one we're going to do is 0, because of course that's the ground level. And we might use a really bright colour so it stands off the background of our light monochromatic map. So I'm going to press done. And it's going to improve our data visualization. To height, we can see there is a height here of 1,500 meters. We're going to change this. So according to Mapbox, a story of a building is approximately 3 meters within the algorithm that they use. So let's just say a 2-story building is approximately 7.5 meters from the ground level to the roof. So what I'm going to do is put a singular level, so as we said, roughly 7.5 meters. I'm going to choose a colour. We could go a pink or a magenta. Done. Okay, I'm going to add another stop, and I'm going to put the height at what our approximate height would be for a 10-story building if we're following the same formula. So that would be 34.5 meters. Probably be our last one. We're just going to do something that's quite tall. Let's say 100 meters, which is very tall. Done. Alright, and you can see here on this scale that from this colour where it's the 100 meters, it's there up. So it will also, underneath that height, anything that's taller will fall under that category as well. Underneath the rate of change at the moment, you can see linear, which this brings it to more of a gradient with the gradual changing of the colours. You can see there that the magenta into more of that deeper purple is more of a smooth transition. If I was to change this to step, you can see the changes there. It's actually a lot more structured with how it's categorized within shape. We will change it back to linear for that gradient. So this tool is really useful as a data visualization to communicate different building heights. Thank you.